Okay, so we're in exercise 3.1 in the Big Ideas Math, and we're on exercise number 4. And it says write and evaluate for the problem. So what we're doing right now is we're going to be doing algebraic expressions this week. Very, very simple ones. And so here's what it says. You receive $8 for raking leaves for 2 hours. What is your hourly wage? Whenever we're talking about hourly wage, we're talking the same thing as we're talking about hourly rate. And when we're talking about hourly rate, we're talking about a unit rate. We're talking about 8 divided by 2. So we have this number 8, and it's divided into half. So half of our 8, oops, I'm going to start right there at the 0, is going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can see that 4 divided by, or excuse me, 8 divided by 2 is going to give us 4, or it's going to be $4 per hour. Okay, so same thing, we're going to evaluate this expression. And we have music lessons and they cost $20 every week. And we want to know how much just 6 weeks of lessons cost. So it's almost the exact opposite of what we just did. Now they're telling us what the unit rate is. It's $20 per week, per one. And we want to know how many 6 are. So we have 20 times 6. What I've shown here is 20 times 3, which is going to give us 60. So if we double that, it would give us 120, or we could multiply it out. 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12. So if we were to double this 60, which is 1, 2, 3 weeks, if we just kept going, we would find that 6 weeks at $20 each would cost us 120 total. And again, every time they're asking us to write and evaluate an expression, all you're doing is writing down your numbers. You score on your first 2 tests 82 and 95. By how many points did you improve on your test? So if the first part is they're asking you an expression, and how do you figure that out? Well, you take the biggest number and you subtract it from the smallest number. So 95 take away 82, we can write it either way, is going to give us 13. So the difference in points is 13 points, and our expression is 95 minus 82. And another easy one, you buy a hat for $12, you give the cashier $20. You give some $20, they take away $12, and how much change you can receive? Well, 8 plus 12 equals $20, so the difference in change would be 8. So we have an expression here, 7h plus 3. The terms are going to be all of the variables that are in the story on all the coefficients and all the constants. So our terms here are 7h, oops, the 7, the h, plus the 3, 7h comma 3. The coefficient is the number that is next to the variable. Our variable here is h, so the coefficient is 7. The constant is going to be the 3. Nothing's going to change that 3. So I'll do this one for you again. The terms are all of these. G, comma 12, comma 9g is our terms. Our coefficients are the numbers that are next to our variables. Our variable here is g, and the number next to it would be 9. And our constant would be the number by itself, which would be the 12. The coefficient here, though, right here next to that little g right here is also going to be 1, because we have to pretend like there's a 1 here even though it's not listed there. So it's going to be 1 and 9 for our coefficient right here. Okay, last one I'm going to do for you. So we've got the terms. Our terms are 5c squared, comma 7d. Our coefficient is going to be our 5, comma, and our 7. And our constants, there's no number by itself, so there are no constants. So the answer would be none. Okay, guys, you can do this one. Do number 11 on your own. Again, same thing. Number 12, you can do this. You can do it on your own. 13 is still just terms, coefficients, and the expression. And again, you can do that. There's the same thing. Okay, this expression is a little bit different, and we just count up the variables. There's 2 a's, so we're going to do a squared. And then we're just going to, we don't have to do the multiplication symbol again. We just write the letter C. And how many C's are there? 2. So we're going to write C squared. And I'll show you what that would look like. It looks just like that. Ta-da! And you are finished. In 4 minutes and 57 seconds, almost 5 minutes, and you are done with math for today. Hurrah!